Hi, we're so glad you're here. Welcome. I'm Dr. Jamie,
And I'm Joelle Kurchadina.
and today we're going to just tell you a little bit about ourselves, about where we're coming from, and about why we created this program. So I'll start. I am a chiropractor in Warrenville, Illinois. I started my practice in 2011, and in 2012 I took a seminar series on the anti-inflammatory diet. The person who was teaching this series pounded into our head how much modern day foods are causing inflammation in our bodies and how this is leading to all of the diseases that we just think of as being commonplace these days. You know, heart disease, diabetes, allergies, autism, cancer. He was just, one after the other. He would attack each of these diseases and he'd bring it back to the food. He'd bring it back to the food. And it got a little redundant, but it really pounded that point into my head of, oh my gosh, I need to rethink about what I'm eating and what I'm putting into my body if I want my body to do what it's supposed to do and not, succumb to one of these diseases as I get older. So I started making some changes, and I noticed that I was feeling so much better. I noticed that my skin cleared up. I noticed that I stopped getting seasonal allergies that I had gotten since I was a kid. When I got married in September, and my dad said to me, Jamie, you're having a September wedding. You're going to be up there, with a runny nose and coughing and sneezing the whole time. And I said, no, Dad, my allergies are gone. I'm not even worried about it. And it was a perfect, beautiful day, and I didn't have a single problem. So for me, it has been awesome. And I have been trying to tell everybody. Joelle was one of the first people I told. She's going to tell you her story in a second. But for all of my patients, if they will let me, I will talk their ear off, because I want my patients to feel as good as they can. I want you to feel as good as you can. And by putting the right ingredients into your body and moving the right way and just living a healthier lifestyle, it can help you to feel so much better, and it can help you to not, be as likely to get some of these chronic diseases that everybody just, thinks, oh, I've got bad genes, so I'm just going to get it. No, there are things that you can do to avoid it. So that's why I'm here. That's what I'm passionate about. Joelle's going to tell you her story.
All right. So my where I'm coming from, I guess, is a little bit different than most people, but I think there are parts of it that people can definitely relate to. Starting when I was in high school, I've always been very interested in health and nutrition, exercise, things of that nature. And so when I was in high school, I decided, I'm going to get healthier. So I'm going to start eating low calorie, low fat foods, and I'm going to exercise more. I mean, that's what everyone said to do, right? Low fat, low calorie, more exercise. And so I did. I started really looking at the labels of things and what it said on packaging, and choosing those foods and upping my exercise. And I noticed that I lost a few pounds, and that was good. And so I continued to do it to a point where I basically had an eating disorder. My weight dropped to where I was definitely lower than what was healthy for me. And so, but I thought, but I'm doing the right things, right? I'm healthy. This is what everyone tells me to do, so it's got to be okay. Like, maybe this is just healthy for my body. But I think I kind of internally knew probably not so good, but I liked the weight being low, and I thought that was a good thing, so I just kind of stuck with it. Fast forward, I continued that all the way through college, where I studied nutrition, coincidentally. And so even in that program, at the college level, was being taught, same thing, calories in, calories out. So low calorie, high exercise, great, low fat, all of those things were being ingrained into my head. And so I thought, yep, I'm doing all the right things, this is good. But fast forward a couple of years after that, I got married, and my husband and I decided, well, we would like to start a family one day. But throughout this process, I totally lost my fertility and ability to have a child. And so I was like, well, now what do I do? And this is right when Jamie was learning all the things that she was learning in her classes about nutrition. And she said, you know what? I think you need to stop the low calorie, stop the low fat, even reduce your exercise, and just start eating real food that, you know, that people have been eating for hundreds of thousands of years, that, you know, grew in the ground, and you know, animals and things like that. And so it made sense to me, if I cut out processed foods and started eating these real foods, my body wasn't gonna balloon up to 200 pounds, you know, more than what I was, or something like that, which I think was my fear. My body was gonna regulate. My body was gonna get to where it needed to be. And so within the course of a few days,
and your hormones were gonna regulate.
And my hormones were gonna regulate. And so within the course of a few days, I stopped eating the processed low calorie stuff, and I started eating real food. And it took some time, but over the course of time, my body really got to where it should be, which in my case was gaining some weight, in order to just regain balance and regain health, regain my fertility. I have a beautiful baby girl now, and just have seen amazing changes in not only hormones and fertility, but also in mood, sleep, some of these other huge areas of my body that I didn't even really realize were out of whack from what I had been eating, but just now so much more clear and so much better than they ever had been before. And so, through this journey, I'm just a huge advocate for helping people, coming alongside them, teaching them how they can eat real food to have the changes that they need to see in their body, you know, whether that be seasonal allergies, or, you know, fertility, or diabetes, or any of these changes that people are having. We really believe that lifestyle changes, and specifically food, can just make a huge difference in all of those things.
All right, well, that's kind of where we're coming from. We will keep going with the next video. We are excited that you're here, and we're excited that you're ready to learn.
Yep,
We'll talk to you soon.